Hi all, I wanted to talk with you about how to win against all of your struggles. Basically, there's different varieties of struggles, as you know, but if it bothers you in a way that you can't cope, obviously seek advice. But if your life is in threat, always go to a church that you know. If your life is or call the police, obviously. But if your life is at stake, yeah, like I said, call the police, or basically go to a church that you know, that you know is a genuine church, and it's not like, you know, some dodgy church or something, one that's money grabbers or something like that. You know, a church that worships Jesus and God, or Jesus and God alone. But if you don't want it and you hate church, then I don't know how I can help you. But also if it's just one of them, if it's just a minor struggle, basically it's a case of just, you know, or if it's a big struggle, whatever the struggle is, you know, all is obviously not lost. You know, there is a better way out. But don't think it's the end of the world or the end of the age when you're going for a struggle. Just think, you know, when something ends, there's always something new beginning. There is always another opportunity. So sometimes when we're struggling through things, there is obviously a reason for it, and I think, you know, God could be saying something to you, or somebody else could be saying something to you, that you need to give up something, or you need to quit something, or stop doing this certain thing. And if everybody else is saying the same thing, or singing the right hymns, singing the same hymn, if you like, then it's a case of just getting the right advice from the right people. But don't think because I'm going through this big struggle and nobody can help you. You know, don't try not to think that if you're going for a struggle, don't think that nobody can help you. There's always somebody can help you. You know, even if you just have one even if you just got one, even if you just got one person, just go for that person that you think you can trust. You know, my number's always here, but you know, I don't want no people coming to me, selling to me. But I'm saying, there will, you know, whenever, like I said, there's always going to be somebody. There has to be somebody there in your life when you're going through a struggle. There has to be somebody. There's always one person. There's not always many, but there's always one person you can trust, you can confide in with your problems. You know, you can't say you can't find nobody. There's always somebody. There has to be somebody there. You know, God doesn't leave somebody alone. There's always somebody, whether it's a community or somebody local or far away, or a phone call away, or whatever. You know, don't think that you're going to sit on your own with this struggle, with this problem. You know, you're not going to struggle with it all on your own. There's always a way out. With every problem, there's always a way out. You know, like the Bible says, you know, with every temptation there's always a way out. Or you can look that up. You can just say, you can just type it on the search engine. With every temptation there is always a way out, Bible, and then you find it. But don't sit down on it. Don't sit down on your own. Don't sit down on your own. Sorry, don't sit down on your own worrying about it, or don't sit down on don't sit down in front of me watching me and saying, yeah, I like your suit, and worry about it. You know, what if, what if, what this, what that. Just try and see what you can do. Just think carefully and just give it time. If you got time, give it time and think about it before you do it, and then do it. But then, you know, obviously suicide is never the answer. Before you start thinking that suicide is never the answer, you know, death is never the answer. Death is never the answer to anything. And even your emotions are overflowing you and you can't cope with it in your mind and everything, you know, it's still not the end. It's still not the end. It's only the beginning, my friend. You know, it's just a case of, you know, you can't see a way forward. That's the only problem. You can't see a way forward, but there's always a way forward. Just give it time. You know, when our emotions start to ride up against us and start to beat at our hearts and minds, when our emotions start riding up against us, like I said, you know, the immediate thing to do is to do something quickly or to react quickly. But if you give it time, if you sit there and just don't do nothing, just sit there and do nothing, be silent and don't do nothing, and then just try and think about it, think clearly. Even if you can't think clearly, just if you can't think clearly, just like I said, go to a church. Even if it's on your own, and maybe if the building's closed, hopefully you won't go too late at night. But if the building's closed, then try and go to an A&E department or a hospital that can help you out, that caters for people that are struggling. Whether it doesn't really matter if you're struggling in your body, then go for that, the hospital. But if you're struggling in another area and you've got time to talk to somebody, then talk to someone. But even if it's night time and you're thinking that the shops are closed and everything is closed, you know, there's always somebody on the line. There is always somebody online that you can talk to, even if it's just, you know, even if it's just a friend. There's professionals there that can talk to you. There's always professionals there that can talk to you, because there's always something open 24 hours a day, 24/7. There's always something open, you know. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for now. So, you know, it's never the end. It's never the end. Whatever you're going through, never the end. So that's all I have to say for now. So God bless. Take care. Peace be with you. Bye for now.